Will shared rides ever go away with Uber and Lyft? This is more of a conceptual video just talking about it. Before I begin, let me know what you think in the comments. Is your answer yes or no? For me, giving you my short answer, honestly, I would say if I had to guess, yes. If I had to pick yes or no, I think there is a gray area of how they're going to go about it, but I would say yes. I can see at some point shared rides being pretty much gone forever. Now, starting at both Uber versus Lyft now, I did do a video about this, about a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, whatever. I feel like, I don't know, since the pandemic, my sense of time is horrible, but Lyft has gone away with shared rides. So now getting more specific into the video, the bigger question is Uber going to continue to have shared rides or they eventually get rid of it? And my guess is I think they will for a couple different reasons. Now, when it comes to shared rides, in case you don't know, formerly called Uber Pool, now called UberX Share, because like I said, Lyft got rid of their shared rides. The idea is you get to save money, but the catch is you get a ride, you get in that vehicle, the vehicle brings you, and you pick up somebody else on the way, you then get dropped off or you drop them off, and then it continues, right? So the idea is you're carpooling with other people, and the catch is you're adding more time onto your ride, or potentially more time, which we'll talk about in a second, potentially more time onto the ride, and as a result, you could save money. So the best way to think of shared rides, in my opinion, is a trade-off of time for money. And I think that's really important to think about when it comes to the potential future, or not future, of shared rides. Now, back in the day, the way it worked with both Lyft and Uber, when it was both formerly Uber Pool and Lyft Line, is you would save, I'm not gonna lie, a good amount of money when it comes to doing shared rides and pooled rides. There were some times I remember that could be like $25 or $26 to go somewhere, but in an Uber Pool, it'd be $12. It sometimes was 50% or more than 50% off, and you're like, wow, I'm saving an insane amount of money, and it was super popular. There was a couple tricky things about it though, right? There's a bunch of cons. One, of course, it added more time. Not surprising. Two, it could be this weird situation, especially with Uber. They could have 3 simultaneous pools or shared rides going on. So let's say you're passenger A. So I'm passenger A. I get in the car, we pick up passenger B. Okay. We then pick up passenger C. So there's 4 people in the car, 4 separate people in a sense, right? 3 rides going on. Then we drop off passenger D. And I'm like, okay, we picked them up last and they get dropped off first, whatever. Then we pick up passenger E. And I'm like, wait, we're picking up a new person. Then we drop off passenger B. Then we pick up passenger F. And I'm like, this is like 2 new rounds of people and I'm still in the car and I got picked up first. And then eventually I get dropped off. And that can be very frustrating, as you can imagine. Not only the extra time, but the fact that you're picking up and dropping people off based off the algorithm. This is not the driver's fault. I want to mention that as well. And every driver knows it was super frustrating when you get these situations where someone's sitting there being like, hey, am I going to get dropped off or not? This is kind of ridiculous. Now, fast forward to the current moment, Uber has changed their policy where there's only going to be 3 different rides or instances before you get dropped off. So that way you're not sitting in the car getting all these new rotations of people being like, what about me, right? Not going to happen anymore. The maximum is 3, and then you will get dropped off. That is the trade-off. And like I said, Lyft got rid of this. Uber still has it. What's very interesting about Uber that's changed their policy, and this is why I can see it slowly going away, is one, when you order an Uber Pool, now called UberX Share, when you order an UberX Share ride, the biggest thing is in the beginning, you get, I think it's 5% off right away. So it's not that much. There's been some times where I'm like, okay, I can either order a regular Uber for $10 or I get an UberX Share and it's like $9.90. So for 10 cents more, I then just get there right away. I don't have to worry about this whole situation. So at first, I'm like, okay, that initially not that good. Now, though, they have changed that again. It's kind of unique. I think they're testing out different models. But at least at the exact time of this video, you will notice when you order an UberX Share, it'll be a spread. So it might say, for example, like a regular Uber is $9. However, if you get an UberX Share, it's anywhere from $6 to like $8.80, something like that. I don't know. I'm just making that up. And the way it works is this. If you actually get an UberX Share and you get dropped off and you don't pick anybody up, you get that 5% off right away. However, if you do happen to pick somebody up and you get an actual shared ride, then you get to pay way less. So let's say as opposed to paying $8 or $9 for that Uber, you now pay $6 or $6.50. So it's kind of a unique gamble. No matter what, you are going to save money, but you're either going to save 5% or another amount. I'm not going to lie, I couldn't figure out the exact thing when looking online of like exactly how much you're going to save. I think it depends probably on a couple of different factors of how many people you pick up, maybe the distance, all this kind of stuff. But you can save a few bucks, not going to lie, doing an UberX Share. But the catch is you have to pick somebody up. So the more time that you're wasting, in a sense, with an UberX Share, the more money you are going to save, and you're spending less for that Uber. So on one end, yes, when it comes to UberX Share or these pooled rides, you are going to be saving money. However, and this is the biggest catch, is what Lyft is doing. Now, like I said, and this is important with looking at both Lyft and Uber, because I think they always, of course, it's the yin and yang of ride sharing. They're always looking at what each other is doing. Is when it comes to Lyft, one, they got rid of them completely. Let's be honest, for both, and even David Risher, the new CEO, said, look, when it comes to both passengers and drivers, a lot of people got frustrated with shared rides. Like I said, with like say people getting dropped off and picked up over and over again, and you're still sitting waiting in the car, it being super, super long, it being super frustrating and annoying. You don't know when you're gonna get dropped off. That's another big thing. The time can be a huge spread. Of course, when it comes to the drivers, no Uber or Lyft driver like doing it. So he's like, look, we're going to get rid of that, and we're really now going to push wait and save. Now, in case you don't know what that is, the wait and save option when it comes to Lyft is very unique. I did a video about all the different Lyft rides and Uber rides. So to briefly sum up in that video, what I talk about when it comes to normal Lyft rides is when you pull up Lyft, you get the normal fare in terms of being like, all right, I'm going to pay, let's say $10 to go from here to there. Then you have what's called a priority pickup, meaning you get picked up way sooner. So let's say you're in a rush, you have to get there ASAP, you may have to spend $15. However, you get picked up within minutes. You get the priority ride. Then you have wait and save. Now with wait and save, it does depend on the time of day, where you are, if it's like say a peak hour, whatever, but you get picked up within usually 15 to 20 minutes. So what you're saying to Lyft is like, hey, I don't mind waiting a little bit, hence the name wait and save, and I'm gonna save money. So as opposed to that ride being $10, that ride is now only $6 or $7. So you're saving money, in a sense, similar to UberX Share or Uber Pool. You're saving money by saying, all right, I'm going to maybe have more time allocated to the situation so I could save money, right? That is the concept of Lyft Wait and Save. And to me, it is substantially better. It solves all the issues, it has all the benefits, I think is a better way to word that. All the benefits of the shared rides and solves all the issues that the shared rides has. Because if you think about it, you're not worried about, like say being in a car stuck with other people. I know a lot of people still are worried about like health and everything, especially after the pandemic. You're not stuck with other people, just basically looking on your phone, right, in that car. You get to like say be at your house, continue getting ready. You get to like say maybe have food. You can maybe be doing work. You're like, all right, I'm gonna order it now. It might be here within 15 minutes. And the thing with Lyft Wait and Save that is a bit annoying, I'm gonna be honest, is it can either be there within 15 minutes, and you're like, great, it says within 15 minutes, or it can be there in 2 minutes. So there is a spread where you kind of never know, but if you think about it, I'd much rather wait in my house and give up the time allocation in my house, in a sense, than give up my time stuck in a vehicle, just driving around aimlessly. And in addition, I think the benefit of Lyft Wait and Save is you can be in your house doing stuff. You're like, okay, I'm still getting ready. I still have to put on pants. I don't know. like you're still getting ready. You can say, okay, I'm gonna order it now because I'm still getting ready. That way, by the time I'm getting ready, I'm kind of ahead of the game. So by the time I'm getting ready, boom, it's there. Or let's say it's a Friday night, and let's say people are like, having some drinks before they go out. They're like, all right, we'll do it now. We'll continue having a couple more drinks or whatever. Once it's here, boom, we'll jump in. That way, it's really solving all the issues. I think that UberX Share and Uber Pool and Lyft Line, all that kind of stuff back in the day, it's kind of solving all the issues that they had while also getting all the benefits because you're saving money. And yes, you're giving up your time, but I think for a lot of people, you kind of time it where you're like, all right, I think I'll be ready to go in 10 minutes. Let's order the Wait and Save now. And Lyft has really been pushing that, and a lot of people have been loving it because if you think about it, it really does solve all the issues, like I said, of shared rides, but also it has all the benefits. Because I have had some people say, hey, I do miss shared rides and everything. But the truth is, to me, it's like the only benefit I think of shared rides, let's talk about Lyft, the only benefit of shared rides, in my opinion, that you're missing out on, if you look at shared rides versus Wait and Save, is just being with other people in the car. And I'm not gonna lie, for me, I do miss that a little bit. It was kind of fun, like say on a Friday night, you get in the vehicle, there'd be one other person there, and you'd be like, oh, like, where are you going tonight? Like, it's kind of that social thing, for lack of a better word, that you could have. For example, one of my friends actually met her husband, and this is true, in an Uber pool, which is kind of crazy, right? Like, and I feel like Uber should have sponsored that wedding because that's such a great story. But that is a really, really good example that you can meet a lot of people and it can be fun. But being honest, I think you can always meet people when you go out at a bar or when you go to the club or when you're out and about, right? So I feel like it's not like a necessary thing in our society. And so as a result of the success of Lyft removing the shared rides, not a lot of people caring, especially drivers being like, thank God I don't have to do this anymore. And a lot of people saying, hey, not only is the wait and save just a little bit easier because I can wait at my own house, have more drinks, get ready, whatever. But two, wait and save is typically now cheaper than taking an Uber pool. So if you're looking to save money, why not go to Lyft and do the wait and save option? And that's what makes me wonder, is Uber going to follow suit, get rid of these shared rides, which right now seems like they're just not as popular as they used to be. Again, it could be a result of the pandemic or the fact that you're not really saving that much money. Like any single time I've been going to take an Uber and I'm like, you know what? Let me just see how much a shared ride would be. Just out of curiosity, it's, like I said, something where it's like, okay, I'm initially saving 10 cents, don't really care. But even if I do get a person in my car, I'm only saving an extra $1 or $2 on top of that. Like it's not worth it to add so much more time. I can just do Lyft, wait and save. It's not even like a question. Like I said before, back in the day, it was a bit different. If I ordered an Uber pool when it was called that, it sometimes would be over 50% off compared to a regular Uber. That was way more worth it. Now, Lyft Wait and Save is almost always going to be cheaper than taking an UberX Share, even if you do pick somebody up. It is a no question to me. And that's what makes me wonder, will Uber follow suit with Lyft? Will they say, you know what? We're going to do the same. Now, Uber does have options. You can order in advance, and sometimes those rides are cheaper. So that is a possibility on Uber. However, it's not a full-on option. You have to go to a setting at the bottom right when you're ordering the Uber. You have to say, okay, pick me up in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You have to specify a time and you check. There are some times, like say, I'm like, all right, what if I schedule an Uber 15 minutes in advance? Sometimes it's cheaper, but sometimes the price spikes up a lot. And I'm like, all right, so it's kind of a gamble. It's just more of a hassle, I think, with Uber. So maybe Uber will follow suit. Maybe they'll be like, you know what? We're going to get rid of these shared rides completely and make it an actual option right there out in the open that you can quickly and easily see saying, hey, pick me up within 20 minutes. I save money. I get to continue getting ready, finish having drinks, finish just hanging out, maybe even getting work done or whatever. And yes, I am giving up, in a sense, some of my time to save money, but it's a way better option of giving up time to save money, like say where you are, than being stuck in a Lyft or Uber, giving up your time, right? But let me know what you think in the comments. In my mind, like I said, I could see shared rides in a sense from Uber, them saying, you know what, we're just gonna keep around because why not? Why not? Like, no one's complaining. Well, actually, a lot of people are complaining because no one really likes to share rides, but they're like, it's not hurting anybody per se. We'll just keep it around as an option because why not? But at the same time, Lyft seems to have some really good success and a lot of positive attention about getting rid of Lyft Line or Lyft Shared or whatever, making the wait and save option kind of the best bang for your buck and way better than shared rides where you get all the benefits without all the negative aspects. I could see Uber potentially following suit.